Hi, everyone. As we are getting ready to go into conferences, I wanted to go over a few screens that may be useful as you finish up grading and as you move into conferences with parents. So that the screens are actually going to be in the Students tab. The reason it's in the Students tab is because you're going to be looking at individual students one by one. These are useful for conferences because we often do not want to show the screen to parents of all of our students. We need to keep that information very confidential. So it's nice to filter out that information for you. And here's how we can do that. So the four screens I'm going to show you today are Standards Progress, Standards Score Sheet, and then some quick lookup screens. So let's start with Standards Progress. So once your student is selected, you'll be able to click on Standards Progress, and it's going to take you to a spreadsheet that basically shows what the report card is and more. Two things to note. We're in quarter one, and remember the grades are rolling this year and last year, so that whatever was in quarter one moves over to semester one, which is why this is all filled out. This quarter one is all of the scores that appear on the report card and the subcategories. So if you have a higher order category, which is everybody for learning behaviors, you have this little icon on there, which is like the sun with the arrow up. And only this level, responsibility and work habits, appears in the report card. People might ask, why did I get that grade? So you'd be able to say, these are the grades that influence that. Same thing with participation and collaboration. These are the grades that influence that are the subcategories below it. Now, moving into your academic reporting categories, you may not have any subcategories, so it'd be very simple to see the grades. If you do have subcategories, this is how you could say, how did you get this communication grade? These other grades influence that. All right, so that is the Standards Progress. That's the page most similar to the report card. Let's go to the other one, and which is Standards Score Sheet. This is going to take all the assignments and it's going to show them by reporting category or standard. So here you can see that this is a learning behavior. The learning behavior is, let's just look, is general learning, general responsibility and work habits. So these all were scored to give this grade. Okay, this one's specifically around coming prepared for class. These were scored many times to get that grade. If I move over into the reporting categories, you can see that same thing happens. These were scored to give this grade. So this actually takes all of the assignments and lists them just for that student, and it breaks it down by columns for the reporting categories. That also might be useful for with parent-teacher conferences because it's one student at a time. So you can really focus in on just that kid. Of course, you can always go to the A+ grading standards. But this could be in an instance where you may need to share your screen with the family. However, remember, you cannot be on any other student's scores, of course. And then the final screen that I wanted to share with you today was these quick lookup traditional and quick lookup standards. I'm going to go to quick lookup standards first. Some people are asking me about this screen. As a teacher of a child, you can actually see the grades that you've given as well as the grades from other classes. So if you wanted to see how are they comparing in your class to another class, you could open up another class and see what grades they're giving for that quarter. Okay? So I'm able to see, am I on track with this child, or maybe I want to talk to that teacher about how they're performing in another class. You can actually expand all of them to open up everything, or then collapse all of them so you don't have to see everything at once. All right, so that's just other classes. Again, you can only see for students that you teach. And the other screen is this quick lookup traditional. This basically is the same view. This is the view that kids see. So they can go into their different classes and see what they're getting. They do not, I repeat, they do not see any score here. They only see an I. Okay, so they do not see any score. Only you as a teacher see that. All right, that is basically just disabled. But if you wanted to look into a grade book at what scores they were getting and why, you would be able to do that. I could see that being useful for counselors or advisory teachers if the parent needed some help to see kind of like, how can I see the grade book? So these actually will have the specific assignments, just like the kids see, and the scores that they get on those. So here's that they are able to then see how they did on each one of those assignments. So again, all of these screens are in the specific students tab, standards progress, standards score sheet, and then the 2 quick lookups. I hope that this helps you as you prepare for conferences.